Chicago Cubs news today.
What's up, Cubs fans? A new situation involving the Chicago Cubs has started to spark conversation among fans. If you've been following the latest news coming straight out of the medical department, you know the mood in Wrigleyville shifted from optimism to absolute tension almost overnight. Our biggest headache right now isn't even the starting rotation, it's Seiya Suzuki's knee. The updates coming from the World Baseball Classic have left us holding our breath, waiting for a diagnosis that could completely change this team's ceiling for the season. Now let me ask you this. What should a front office do when one of its biggest bats is at risk of missing time right out of the gate? Do you trust the internal pieces, or is it time to pick up the phone and call New York? Because that's exactly what's heating up behind the scenes and in bars around Wrigley Field today. Hold on to this, because the proposed solution involves one of the most polarizing names in baseball right now. I'll be honest with you, when I saw the notification about Suzuki's knee, I felt real panic. We all know how crucial Seiya is to the dynamics of this offense. When he's healthy, his exit velocity is insane. He changes the geometry of the field. Losing a guy who sets the tone for our offense right away is that gut punch no fan wants to take. And knowing Jed Hoyer's front office like we do, their first instinct is to look internally. They love protecting prospects. You look at Matt Shaw, who lost the third base job, but absolutely crushed the ball in spring training, and you think, all right, it's the kid's time. But deep down, I feel like just patching the hole with internal options might not be enough if Seiya's injury is serious. Cubs fans, your opinion matters here in the comments. Would you hand the job straight to Matt Shaw or go get someone from outside? Personally, I think we need more firepower if we want to see that flag flying at the end of the year. And it's exactly in this scenario of uncertainty that more aggressive rumors start to emerge. According to a recent article by analyst Mark Powell from Fansided, the Chicago Cubs have been linked to a bold trade idea with the New York Yankees. Jasson Dominguez. The outfielder, once considered one of the most electric and exciting prospects in the Yankees system, has struggled with defensive consistency and has been viewed as a mid-tier hitter in his limited MLB sample so far. The numbers show that up-and-down profile clearly. In his first more complete season, Dominguez posted a .257 batting average, a .31 on-base percentage, and a .388 slugging percentage, with 10 home runs and 47 RBIs across 123 games. That translated into a .5 WAR. The proposed package to Pry. The Martian, away from the Bronx, would send two of Chicago's top 20 prospects to New York. Outfielder Josiah Hartshorn and pitcher Brandon Birdsell. When I rate a trade proposal like that, my analytical side clashes hard with my emotional fan side. On one hand, I see the value. Dominguez is only 23 years old, for crying out loud. His ceiling, that raw ability to crush baseballs in batting practice, is still there. But giving up two top 20 prospects makes me hesitate. Hartshorn is still about 3 to 4 years away from stepping onto Wrigley Field. That's true. And Birdsell is coming off a surgery that wiped out his season last year. On paper, you're trading future risk and an injured arm for a big league player. But here's my question. Do we really want to bring in a guy who can't be trusted defensively, according to reports, to play in our outfield, where the Chicago wind punishes every mistake? I love high upside bets. I love the idea of a scary lineup. But I'm not sure I trust Dominguez's plate discipline to carry us if Suzuki misses significant time. From a strategic standpoint, though, the logic behind a move like this does make sense when you zoom out. The market believes Jasson Dominguez's perceived value might never be lower than it is right now, making him a classic buy low target for a team willing to invest in his hitting development and defensive pitch design adjustments. There's also the contract factor. Dominguez would be under team control for the foreseeable future. The Cubs front office isn't just looking at Suzuki's current knee issue. They're thinking long-term. Suzuki is approaching free agency, and having a 23-year-old already integrated into the system, with years of control ahead, could solve both a 2024 problem and a 2026 problem in one move. But let's be real here, fan to fan. We know how Jed Hoyer operates. He's all about safety margins. He hates losing flexibility in the farm system. I would love to see the front office slam the table and say, let's bring in a generational talent who just needs a change of scenery. Imagine Dominguez breaking out under the lights at Wrigley, proving New York wrong. That's a perfect storyline. But the frustration in the stands is that this front office often prefers safe inertia over calculated risk. We've got Matt Shaw right there, hungry for an opportunity. It feels much more like this version of the Cubs to promote the kid than to pull off a blockbuster trade at the end of spring training. I hope I'm wrong. I want aggression.